Merry Musings here. First thing I'm going to do is, I think, have that stove taken out, because I've never used it, not one time, and have storage put in there so that I can take the stuff that's in the bench seat and store it in there, put like a drawer storage or something in there, and then just put my cutting board on top as the top surface of that. My butcher block cutting board, just put that up there, and then I think that's the first thing I want to do. I have to do remodels one at a time. So if I get the stove out, then I can take the bench seat out that's closest to the door, because that's the one that I want to eliminate, to give more room there, and maybe be able to use a chair or something at the table instead of that bench. And so that would be one DIY project. Take the stove out, put the storage drawer in, and then get rid of that bench. Then the next project would be the refrigerator. To put a 12-volt refrigerator in that will run off my lithium batteries while I'm driving, rather than the two-way refrigerator like it is, where in order to run it while I'm driving, I have to have the propane on, which is a no-go. I mean, if I've never turned it on when I'm stopped, I'm certainly not going to turn it on while I'm driving. So that will be the next project. And then we'll go with the composting toilet. We'll seal off that black tank and put the composting toilet in. So, yeah. So I don't know. That might be something that I could get a RV tech to come out to Lake Medina to do when I'm there in November. The storage drawer, because the bench I can take out, but I'll need someone else to take the stove out, because that's just not something that I can do. So that deer almost made it across the street too. So I'll have to have somebody else take that out, because you got to close off the propane and all that stuff. And then once I take that refrigerator out, I don't think I even have an outside connection to use a propane cooker outside, which is fine, because I have a camp stove, but but with my skillet, I can just take the skillet out, plug it into the side of the camper, and cook on the table right beside the camper. So I can do that. So yeah. So I don't even need the propane. So I don't know. Yeah. So I just have them take all the propane guts out. Oh, no. I may need the propane for water heater. But if I can get the house system, the plugs and stuff, to run off the lithium batteries, then I won't need it for the water heater either. So, because I use the electric one now. However, it tells me that the propane one heats up faster. But by the time I need hot water, I've been there a day, 3 or 4 hours anyway, so I'm sure there's plenty of time for the hot water to heat up. However, the hot water heater does work on the batteries because it stays on while I drive because I forget to turn it off. That's why it stays on while I drive, because I forget to turn it off. So yeah. So those are the DIY projects that I have in mind. The main one, getting a storage drawer put in where the stove is, and take that bitch out. So those are my musings. We're in Carbon, Texas, or Carbone, I don't know how Texans say it. They say everything different. Like Joshua is Joshua. No. Alvarado is Alvarado. When it comes to Texans pronouncing the names. However, if it's somebody's name, then it's Joshua or Alvarado. But when it's a town, it's Joshua and Alvarado. So it's just kind of fun. I learned that from an old Texan when I was doing the aftercare program for the CP. I had an old Texas guy that was my client, and he was fretting about what am I going to do with my time because I don't have to be on the tractor all the time. And so, when I was using the dope, I could do a lot of other things that needed to be done. And so it's like, okay, well, I don't know, what about school? Something like that. And he said, well, I don't know how it is in California. But for me to go back to school, I'd have to go back to the 5th grade. It's like, okay, so school, not it. What about hobbies? Well, see, that's just it. I live on a farm. Everything is about the farm, even my hobbies. So it's like, okay, all right, well, just making some suggestions. But he was the one who told me it's Joshua and Alvarado and Rio Vista. That's the one that the Rio Grande is the river, but Rio Vista is the city. Texans, they're so funny. Area. I wonder if they got there today, if I could check in early.